Hi guys, this video is uh, showing us the correct answers to our eDay assignment, which is a review for our test tomorrow. So question number 1 is a compare and order question. So if you see I have the correct answer here that says 23 and 3/10 is greater than 23 and 1/100. And I know that because I showed my work over here when I compare my place values that the tens and ones place is the same value. So I look at the tenths place, and 3/10 is greater than 0/10. So that's how I know my final answer. I can also make dots up here, and I can see that 23 and 3/10, where it's located on the number line, is less than 23 and 1/100. Question number 2, I have the final answer is 22 and 3/100 is less than 22 and 23/100. And I know that because if I compare over here, the 2 in the tens place value is the same and 2 ones are the same. So I'm looking again at the tenths place. And which number is greater, the 2 or the 0? You got it, the 2 is greater. That's how I know that 22 and 23/100 is greater than 22 and 3/100. I can also look up here at my number line and see where 22 and 3/100 is located right here at my pen, and 22 and 23/100 is located with the purple dot here. Please be sure that you are grading yourself and making any corrections that you need to. So if you need to look back at number 1 to make any corrections, here is our final answer. All right, question number 3. If you look up here where I have 23.8 on my number line highlighted, 23.80. If you notice, they're both in the same spot in my number line, so 23 and 8/10 and 23 and 80/100 are equivalent, so I put an equal sign. Again, please be sure that you're checking your work and making any corrections that you need to. All right, now we're going to do some ordering numbers from greatest to least. So I can see that my greatest number here, greatest number, and my least number, that my greatest number is by looking at my place values. The 2 is the same, the 3 is the same. So I'm looking in the tenths place, and I can actually find my smallest number first. And how do we know that this number right here is smaller? Well, because the 7 is less than the 8. So 23 and 791 thousandths is my smallest number. Then I see 23, or I'm sorry. Then we look at our numbers where the 8s are in the tenths place. So I now need to look in the hundredths place. So in the hundredths place, I have a 0, a 4, and a 4. So I can find my next smallest number is going to be 23.8. So we can cross that number out now, and we write it down over here. And then I can see the 2 numbers that I have left are these 2 numbers right here. So the 4 and the 4 are the same, so I don't know yet, so I have to look at the 0 and the 2 in the thousandths place, and the 0 is smaller than 2, and that's how I come up with my final answer. So my greatest number is 23,842 thousandths. Right. Let's take a look at number 5. Real quickly, we can see that my greatest number is right here, and my smallest number is right here. So let's see which one we can find out easiest. Everything's worth 20, everything's worth 4, so we're going to look at the 10th spot. So again, it's really easy to find that my biggest number is going to be 24.6 because 6 is the biggest in the 10th spot. So that's how I got my answer there. Next, we're going to look at, I've still got a 4 is greater than 0, so 24.44 will be my next number. And then now we're down to two numbers, so I'm looking in the thousandth spot, and 6 is greater than 0, so it's going to be my number here. And then my smallest number is 24. Right, question number 6. Again, let's see which number is going to be easiest for us to identify. Whoops. Easiest for us to identify first. So is it going to be easy to identify my largest number first? So I've got 2's in the tens column, and let's look at in the ones column, I have one number with a 3. So I know that's going to be my largest number. So 23, it's like saying $23.10. That's my largest number. Then I'm going to look at my 10th place because the 2's are all worth the same. So let's find the next largest number. So in the 10th spot, what's the largest value? The 5, the 4, the 0, or the 1? Well, the 5 is, so 22 and 54 hundredths will be next. Then the next number, we've used that one. Now we're going to look at in the 10th spot, we're going to look at is 4 greater or is 0 greater? Well, 4 is greater, so that's why that's right there. And then that leaves my smallest number to be 22 and 6 hundredths. And question number 7, we're looking at place value. So I used a handy little place value chart here to organize my numbers. And I see that the 0 is in the 10th spot, so I underline my 0. And my rules of rounding tell me to look at the number to the right. So my 8 tells my 0 to bump up to a 1. So my final answer, I change the rounded value to 1/10, and I rewrite all numbers to the left. And question number 8, again, I'm finding the thousandths place value, so I look at my handy dandy place value chart, and I see that in the thousandth place is the 7, so the 7 is my underlying digit. What's my 4 telling my 7 to do? Stay the same, so I write 7, and then I rewrite all of my digits to the right. I hope that you have done a fantastic job on questions 1 through 8. Mr. Skur will be with you for questions 9 through 14. See you later.